How's it going today, everybody? Retro87 Jeremy here. So today we're going to talk about where I've noticed over time if you're using the Pro C Infinity 2 on the PSP 2000, which of course right now I do have the 3000. I don't have my 2000 on me right now, but I wanted to take a video in light of the situation that I've been seeing what's going on. If you recently getting into modding or want to start modding and you're unfamiliar with the PSP's modifications, which is this one's a 3000 and the 1000. Now, if you notice over time with the 2000 PSPs that I just now recently ran into where on I had the Star Wars edition, I had just sold it. The customer came back and told me, hey, the screen was starting to mess up. I said I had never noticed that before. Now I have bought me a few since then, 2000 models, and I started looking into them, and I modded another one the same way, which I was using the Infinity Pro C2 on the 2000 model. And I had noticed that the line started coming up where right here, like if you look at the game, there was a glitch and another glitch and another glitch where both the lines here, all of them were double line. And then you can see on this was showing double line. So when you click on the game, when you would click on something, it will show up all scraffled looking. And a lot of people are starting to think that it's the screen. So I had took apart that 2000 that I had just recently got, and I replaced one of the screens to see if it for myself, like, okay, well, maybe it's bad. Well, I started to notice once I put the screen back, it showed up okay, and it started doing the same thing. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to spend money on another one. So I looked into it. I was like, well, I've modded the first 2000 the same way. I been modeling the same way with the update of the 6.61 Pro C2 Infinity, 0.20. And I was like, okay, let me try this one last time. Hopefully this make clear what's going on. I don't know if it's something with the programming itself with an Infinity or if it's the Pro C that's acting this way. So what I ended up doing was I took two more PSP that I was able to find 2000 because I didn't want to replace the screen again. So give or take, Amazon, when you're ordering the screens, are normally about $24 to $30 a piece. What I end up doing was revert back to the old way of modding, which was the when you the installer, the launcher, the LME. I actually used the LME Infinity, the first Infinity. And after I did that to try it on that one, did not notice the any of the lines distortion or any of the stuff that was going on with it. So hopefully that this kind of makes light of the situation on what's going on. So I notice stuff like this because I pay attention to a lot of details, a lot of things that go into all my PSPs. I always make sure that before I give it to a customer, because when I had the Star Wars edition, I didn't realize that it started doing that until I gave it to the customer. The customer looked at all the pictures, all the photos, everything that I had that checked out. It was in a carrying case. All I did was mod it, put the games on there, and I left it back in the case. I just made sure that it turned on, it had the original battery, everything, and put it back up. I didn't, take the time to actually keep playing because I didn't want, I didn't want anything to happen in that time where if I dropped it or break it, that the customer would see, okay, you're selling me a defective product, which was not. So I decided upon myself, I got a hold of two of the 2000 models recently, and I did one with the Pro C, like I said, Infinity 6.61, 2.0. The screen, after maybe a few days, started messing up. It started going, scribble. You can see the lines here. But the other PSP that I did with the old software, which was the installer, launcher, and the LME, and the first generation of the Infinity, I had not run into any of the issues. So I'm starting to see a lot of people post videos like, hey, is this the screen? Is this what's going on? Is my screen messing up? Do I need to replace it? Everybody keeps saying yes, 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 yes. And I'm thinking what's only happening with the 2000 models. So I'm putting two and two together, decided to do some research on it, and I don't think anybody has ever run into this issue or seen this type of issue of what's going on connecting the two. So I want to say this is why I'm making this video, to address what I have saw, what was going on with the PSP. So this is kind of, hopefully to kind of make light. Maybe if you want to do some old trial errors with the old LME and what you have to do, the installer, the launcher. So what I'll do is I will find a post link and I will put a description below, and that will show you where you can get the old one. Now, I'm hoping this makes some kind of differentiation. Maybe there's something wrong with the programming on the 2000s. I noticed that 2000 models, yes, a lot of people say you can change out the inside, and with the 2000 model, they're almost similar. But when I was changing out my 2000 one time that recently, I noticed that it was slightly different on the connections at the bottom, right here. Sorry. So like right here at the bottom, when you take this part out, that this part connects to the motherboard on the inside and you clamp them together. I'm just not sure what is going on with that, or maybe it's some type of issues with the new modding system. Maybe the developers haven't run into this issue and saw it themselves. Maybe this will make light and someone sees this video and shares it and says, hey, maybe someone found a glitch in the system. Maybe Pro C2 Infinity 2.0 is not compatible with the 2000s after a while. So this is just kind of my saying, hey, you know, this can be something of where maybe 2000s are just not compatible with that system. I'm not saying that I'm wrong or right. I'm just pretty much maybe just kind of give some light on it, because everybody keeps saying that their screens are messing up. Replace the screen, replace the screen, replace the screen. After that first customer told me about the PSP and the Star Wars and I saw what was going on, I was like, well, let me look into it. Let me see what was going on. Maybe, and right away off the bat, like I said, a couple of days after I used Pro C2 Infinity, it just started messing up on me. I replaced the screen, and the next day I started doing it, or a few days later started doing that. And the last model that I had, I wish I had my PSP on me right now. I just wanted to make this video quick to kind of go over what I have noticed. But like I said, I used the old method of Infinity, and I had not had any issues with my 2000. It still plays normal. None of the screen is messed up. It's one of my 2000s that I had back a long time ago, but I just never, well, I had got that one, the two that I got recently, but I had another one I forgot to mention. But that one, I never had any issues with the 2000s until I started using Pro C Infinity. Hopefully this will make light. Sorry about this video, wasn't your normal video, but I wanted to get it out there so people can kind of get a better understanding of what's going on. And I think if you go search, I'll leave a link. Maybe this will shine some light. But if you want to try the old way, or hopefully the developers see this and the issues that I've noticed with the 2000 models, maybe they can kind of fix it, or maybe it's just something that when I do use it, maybe it was just me using it wrong. But like I said, Pro C2 Infinity 2.0 was messing up with me all the time. So thank you.